over the past 3 years, we've been stronger each year, and the momentum has been established, and we maintained it. We had the regular season races that we managed to win. A very exciting win against Princeton and Yale in the Goldwaith Cup, the sprints and the Ivy League title, and then the IRA race, which was by 100th of a second, which we lost to Yale. But that's boat racing, and the guys did a very good job of coming from behind there and nearly getting it done. But they had a good race. We have very strong senior leadership. Tom Nesel, as the captain, has done an exceptional job, as has Tim Moore and Angela Chang, 3 returnees from last year's varsity boat. And I'm confident that we can compete, and that our best is going to be good enough. But the challenge is to bring our best when it matters most.
It's important for me to keep the communication open between all those people, and also between the coach and those people. So I kind of act as a liaison between the rowers and Charley, our coach, and make sure everything stays open, and so people know where they're at. There's a lot of competition to be in certain boats, so if you don't keep that communication open, people can't improve necessarily how they want to, and stuff along those lines.
Well, we lost some very good people. Last year's captain, Will Newell, is currently on top of the Olympic pile in the sweet mix. When you have a guy like that go missing, it's a tall order. However, this group are very committed. I would say that for contending for the varsity, we have 10 people, 5 on about each side, and it's been close since the fall. And it's close enough that we have to go settle the issues in 4 widths and small boats. And I'm impressed by the intensity, by the extent that they're learning how to row together and more effectively.
We did lose a lot of guys, and we had a lot of really stellar guys last season. And I think the mentality this year was to prove to people that we still have depth in the squad, and we can still perform. And we came out ready to go in the fall. We had a pretty good performance ahead of the Charles. We beat all the other collegiate crews. And then we had another good performance at the Princeton Chase, where we beat all the other collegiate lightweights as well. So that being said, you know, we go into the spring with the mentality that it's going to be tough, because, you know, we have a lot of respect for our opponents in this league. You know, it's really tough racing every single time. But we're still out to win everything, obviously. You know, that's our goal. And you know, without those guys, it's a different team, yeah, but it's a strong team.
When you have students pursuing rowing 12 months a year, it's like anything, music, writing, anything. You just get better. And I believe this is part of what's happening. So I have a feeling that we can race with anybody in the league.
It's a pretty dynamic process, because each day is very different from the next. Usually what happens is we practice every afternoon. Charley has us doing really specific things every day, technique stuff to work on. It's always competitive, no matter what we're doing. We've been training a lot in 4-man boats, just so we can be side by side one another and really push each other. And so on a daily basis, that's what we do day in and day out, really.
There's no real telling what can happen until you're in the moment. And as a coach in this sport, you can't say time out. You shove them off the dock, and then the crew and the coxswain are in charge. However, I think this group has a good chance of adapting themselves to the conditions, of making good decisions when the coach isn't there to consult, because you have a pair of binoculars and you're a long ways off, and they have to make decisions based on the principles that you've laid out for the past year and for the past 3 or 4 years.
We have to work together really well, and make sure we keep focus and faith in one another, and just and go as hard as we can. I mean, it's the dynamic of the team, really, is you give it 110%, because you know the guy in front of you is giving it 110%, and if we can keep that going, we'll have a good season.